page 86, now they have taught you what is a noun. Actually, you already know what is a noun. From 1st to 4th standard you have learnt, right? And we started off with adjectives, which tells us about a noun. So, I think you already know noun, but let us do quick revision. A word that is used to name a person. For example, Rohan, Reshma, that is a proper noun. Also girl, doctor, student, any animal, that is cow, hare is like a rabbit, that is a common noun. Or any place like Mumbai. Now Mumbai starts with capital M, so you know it's a proper noun. Mountain, that is a common noun, but if you say specific name of a mountain like Mount Everest, then it becomes a proper noun. School, that is also common noun, but if you say the name of your school, like if I say I studied in Holy Cross Convent High School, so then that becomes a proper noun because it is a specific name. A thing like table, house, milk, those are also common nouns. An idea or a quality, that is anger, courage, poverty, liberty, these are known as abstract nouns, bhavvachak sangya. The names given to particular persons or place is known as proper noun. So Anand, Nagpur, Narmada, these are all names given to specific river or person, so it is proper noun. The rest are common noun like boy, city, river, book. Some nouns refer to something that can be counted. Now in nouns, you can have countable noun and uncountable noun. Like you can say 2 spoons, you can say 3 stars, but some things you cannot count. Now we don't say 1 water and 2 waters, we don't say 1 light and 2 lights. Lights means we are not talking about the bulbs, we are just talking about prakash, okay, light in general. So that is not counted. So they are called uncountable nouns. So we can see nouns. First, we can divide them into types, correct? So that means we can have proper noun, we can have common noun, then we can have collective noun. We have already learned, I think, in the younger classes, like bunch of grapes and all. Or we can have abstract noun, and we can have material noun. That means out of what material it is made. Now the same noun, they divided it into 2 types. Only 2 types, countable and uncountable. How to know they are countable? You can put 1, 2, 3 before it. Suppose I say I have many friends. You can count the friends, 5 friends, 7 friends. So it is countable. But if I say he has a lot of courage. Now courage is an abstract noun. Abstract nouns are always non-countable or uncountable. You cannot say he has 2 courages. You can't make it into plural also. Similarly, we can divide nouns in one more way. We can call them singular nouns. That means which is one, and plural, that means which is more than one. Ekvachan, anekvachan. Plus, we can also divide nouns in one more way, that is according to the gender. So, you will have masculine, that is pulling. You can have feminine, that is striling. You can have common gender, that means that will be used for something which is used commonly. Suppose I have a child. Do you come to know whether I have a son or a daughter? No, for both we use the same. Or suppose I say I have many students. You don't come to know girl students or boy students. Same word is used for both, correct? And we also have neuter gender. Neuter gender are mostly those which are non-living things. That means they don't have any gender at all. So if you look at your noun again in your textbook, you can see here they have given countable and not countable or uncountable. After that, countable noun has two forms, singular and plural. For example, moon. There is one moon which goes around the earth, which is our natural satellite. Flower. Now we can count 2 flowers, 3 flowers. If it is one flower, it will be singular. 2 flowers, 3 flowers, many flowers will be plural. Man is singular, but men will be plural. Cat, singular, cats will be plural. When it refers to many things, that is plural, anekvachan. And many nouns end with ness, iti, meant, shan. Now why have they given that? Let us take what ends with ness? Dirtiness, cleanliness. So those are generally abstract nouns. What ends with iti? City, correct? Or antiquity. Those type are also nouns. Meant, management is also a noun, and ending with tion, like nation. Those are all nouns. Now in nouns we saw proper noun. Now suppose if I want to write a name of a person, you know that proper noun will always start with capital. So Agra is a proper noun. But Agra is a city. Now there are many cities, so city will come in common noun. But if I have to say a collective noun, samuhavachak naam or sangya, then suppose I say fleet of cars. So collective noun is considered as singular. Fleet of cars, the cars are plural, but one group together, like a bunch of grapes or a bunch of bananas, or we have a pack of cards or a deck of cards, those are collective. Abstract, you cannot hold, you cannot touch, you cannot see, but it might be a quality, it might be an emotion, it is a feeling. For example, wealth, poverty, beauty, these are all abstract nouns. And abstract will always be uncountable. Material noun, gold, silver, cement, glass, paper, out of what is it made? That will be called a material noun or padarthavachak. Now, when we say countable and not countable, many people think sugar can be counted. They say 1 kilo sugar, 2 kilo. But we cannot say 2 sugars, 3 sugars, which means sugar is not countable. It is uncountable. Rice also. We cannot say 1 rice and many rices. So we can't make it plural. We can't count it as 1, 2, 3. What we can count and make plural is countable. Singular, that is only one. Now be careful, sometimes singular and plural, it might not take only one S. The rules can be different. Some of the words which end with F become VES, like wolf becomes wolves or knife becomes knives. Sometimes it just takes one S, like boy takes boys. But lady, it changes the Y to IES when it becomes plural. Similarly, tooth, one tooth. But when we say many, teeth. One man, many men. One woman, but many women. One child, many children. One ox, many oxen. So you have to know the rules of how to make singular and plural also. Here, if you have to change the gender, then king will become queen, boy will become girl, or prince will become princess, tiger will become tigress. But sometimes they may not ask you to change the gender, they might ask you to recognize the gender. And you might think, I have never heard of seamstress. Seamstress is like tailor only, but tailor is masculine, seamstress is feminine. So we have to learn all the masculine and feminine, whether it is of animals, whether it is of different professions. Now we come to common gender. That means same word can mean masculine also and feminine also. Like I told you, child or student. Now call one of your parent. When we say parent, it doesn't mean father or mother. It can be either one. Okay, we use it in a common way. Or when we say that I went to see the doctor. Now we don't know whether it was a male doctor or a female doctor. We just use a common gender. Nowadays, for many of the professions, they don't say actor and actress, poet and poetess. They have started using poet or actor in general. We don't say engineer and engineeress. Then why should we say doctor and doctress or something? So that's why they have stopped using it, and they use a common gender sometimes. Even chairman is no longer used, they use chairperson, because it can be a woman who is taking the meeting. Or neuter gender now, when we see, neuter gender is used for non-living things, like for example pen, your book, the blackboard. These are non-living things, so they cannot be masculine or feminine. In Hindi, they call it napusakaling, but in English we call it a neuter gender. So this is all about nouns.